hair texture is all over the place.
Everything stacked against us, right?
We are strong, black women, black women.
Hey!
How you doing, ladies?
Fabulous, great, amazing to see you wonderful faces.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back.
Love it. Jillian, we missed you, but I do feel like we did the damn thing on that drink.
You know what? You did. I was throwing shade just because I was in my feelings that I wasn't there. And I was like, oh, wow, they really can make this drink without me. Fine. Let me just tell them that they did it wrong.
I mean, that's not what I felt like that's how you were feeling in the video, but you can tell us whatever you want.
No, y'all held it down, and I'm very grateful that you all were able to hold it down when I was unavailable. I appreciate you, and you all did you did it. Okay, it could have been much worse. Y'all could have been just forgetting things and not having any not having any cups.
We had it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, folks. So, for anyone who did not see the show last week, Jillian was out, took a little much-deserved little I dealing with the Adrians tonight vacation. So, Brandy Berg and I made the signature drink, Jillian's famous Black Rum Punch. Please check out the full clip on YouTube or Facebook if you missed it. And then also check out Jillian's, shall we call them thoughts on how we made the drink?
Yeah, it's a reaction video.
It's a reaction. Yeah. But Brandy Berg, I think we did the damn thing. I got there at the end.
That's all that matters, okay? Mm-hmm. Listen, we made the drink in our own special way. It was very unique to us. And we got it. So that's all that matters.
So welcome to, is this episode 8 of BAPS Comedy Live?
Yes.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yes, today we're going to be talking about all things datings, relationships, and love because we messy and it's about to be cuffing season, okay?
But before we actually start, we have to start with the drink.
Yes, I'm back with a brand new cocktail for you. This one is the single sexy sunrise because we like alliteration.
So you can still drink it if you're not single, right?
Yeah, because then if you're not single, you still sexy.
I am cute.
Yeah. Yes. Fine as hell. I will say a couple people hit me up after we posted that the drink, and they was like, "Bitch, you know you're not single." Oh, you single now? Okay.
So this drink, the base is gonna be tequila or vodka. I mean, if you're really feeling spicy, you could definitely probably try gin with it, but I think it'll probably taste best with a tequila or a vodka. I don't really care for vodka. Shout out to those who do. So I am doing tequila tonight. Got some name brand tequila that's not paying me. So
Exactly. I have a bottle of also name brand tequila, which is my favorite, but yet again not paying me. So I'll keep it as my favorite.
I will search that as well.
I would do want to shout out my friend Nia. This bottle of tequila I've had for like so many years. It was a gift for when I moved to Chicago, but I ended up leaving it in New Jersey. So I never drink it unless I'm home. So it's almost done. But like, I was like, can you drink tequila from 6 years old?
How you still got a whole ass bottle of tequila that you got years ago?
Is that possible?
Well, up until recently, I was a dark liquor girl.
Dark.
And since I threw so much shade at y'all, I decided that I wasn't gonna measure this week. So we just pouring how much tequila we want tonight, okay?
Okay, so now we just pouring because
it doesn't say a shot glass on the recipe. Don't do that.
I'm just saying all that damn shade that she was yelling. They just pouring. Now I bring my shit and you talk about we not measuring.
Okay. I mean, you can measure if you want.
She's embracing the ancestors telling us how to measure. She's embracing it.
Okay, come on with this drink.
So I'm
Mhm.
gonna just pour how much tequila I'm feeling. It's been a week. I'm gonna pour a little bit more.
Okay, I'm here for it. Let me open my tequila.
I mean, this is where my glass is at. Okay.
So I'm using my big cup to mix again because can I shake it this time or am I not allowed to shake?
You you can shake part of it, but there's gonna be a piece of the recipe that you will just pour on top once you pour it into your BAPS glass.
Okay.
Now, are we doing? Do we have to have the ice in the cup already, or is it ice?
Yeah, I always for this one I would start with the ice in it just to
Okay.
get everything.
You want to
I'm
start with the basics for us?
sorry, I just assumed it was ice in your cup.
Also, if anyone has any questions while Jillian is showing us how to make this drink, you pop them in the comments. Jillian will answer them as she is the expert.
Yes.
So I'm going to pour.
I'm pouring too. Whoa, shit. Poured a little too much. Okay.
I did. Okay. I'll make a couple batches again because that's how I make batches.
The next ingredient is gonna be Sprite. If you don't have Sprite, club soda will work. Something lemon lime, even like a ginger ale. Even so, if you like your drink sweeter, conic. I don't know, folks.
I got ginger ale and diet cherry 7-Up. Oh no, this is regular. My bad. It's just diet 7-Up or ginger ale.
Just regular 7-Up though.
Diet 7-Up, regular.
But it's regular. You can use that. That'd be good.
Okay.
That'd be better than ginger ale, I think. I'm making it up. Just pour, you know.
Oh, I poured a lot of tequila.
Just pour about half of the amount of tequila you poured in there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And then and then we have pineapple juice as the next part, but I don't know if that's what y'all showed up with today.
Hell no. I got peach, orange peach mango.
Why are you always mixing drinks in one carton, Brady?
Because she can't listen. Now, the juice is going to be another big portion. So essentially, however big you want your cocktail to be, the rest of this will be juice. Does that make sense? So fill however much juice you want for how big you want the cocktail. So if you don't want it to be too strong, you don't have to add that much juice. If you want it to be strong, you can add a lot.
What if you
Essentially,
have no choice because you got all this?
How much soda water did you put in there?
My bad. You said just pour soda.
Okay.
The one time Jillian don't measure.
Okay, just fill it till it doesn't overflow, Adrian.
Bitch,
but leave a little.
Okay.
Do you want to get a different cup? Because like for me,
a can of pineapples, and I'm gonna just put some of the juice.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh God. And then we gonna stir this.
Okay.
So, you can shake it. You can shake it.
You just want to shake.
Titties down, shake it. Shake it. Okay,
now AB, you can pour it into the cup because we're gonna finish it with a float.
Oh, okay. That's what.
Let me just try this, make sure it tastes good. Okay, so the grenadine is just gonna be a float on top. A float is like a little coat on top, and then it should like drip down and slowly make the whole drink a little reddish. Okay.
So we're bleeding in the cup. No.
Yes. AB, do you have grenadine or are you using cranberry? Okay. Oh, I'll be fancy. All right. So we're just going to do like a little float around the top. And then, yeah, perfect, Brandy Bird. Yeah, perfect, AB. And then, and this is the single sexy sunrise. Yeah. And then it should have that faded color where it's like a sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
Chill.
But it's good.
I believe you. I believe in you.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. I can work with that.
Okay.
I can work with that.
You work with it? Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it's similar to the rum punch. It's just not as sweet.
Yeah, I love this. I could have put I definitely could have put a little less club soda for sure.
And some extra tequila.
Yeah,
Drink it down a little bit and then put some more tequila in there.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. But this
I
is
think
good.
we're fancy. I think Ernesto's correct. We're fancy.
Oh man.
Now we're about to get to the nitty gritty.
Oh man. Dating. Significant others, significant others, significant others.
Okay, so let's first just put it out there. Like, what's our current status before we actually go into the nitty gritty? Is that okay? Do you want
I
to do
think
that
we can
first?
do that. We can do
Yeah.
that.
So you want to start?
Wow. I guess I can start. Thank you for singling me out. So I am single. I left all my hoes in Chicago when I moved to New Jersey.
Listen,
So I am back
nothing
in New
wrong with that.
Jersey and I am single. And I'm making emphasis on New Jersey because if you are interested, I need you to be in this tri state vicinity. Okay. That's New
Listen,
York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, maybe.
how far of a drive is that?
Connecticut, I mean, depending on where you're at, you can get to Connecticut in 30 minutes. It's nothing.
Y'all heard her?
Pennsylvania, though, is a little ways, but we make exceptions.
Depending on how they look and what they got.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but I'm single. Yeah, I left all my hoes in Chicago.
Single and sexy as fuck. So there you go.
Listen,
La, la,
I,
la.
I
Okay.
remember those days. I definitely remember those days of being a hot thing. But currently, I have a partner that I love dearly. I'm booed up. You know, I'm real
Pull it up. Pull it
Ellie
up.
Mae. Yeah. Been with this man for 3 years.
Has
Wow.
it been 3 years?
It's been 3 years, y'all.
Congratulations.
Yes. You damn near. I mean, you almost at your degree, girl.
Yeah.
Almost damn near shit.
You go to some
Okay.
middle school classes, y'all might graduate with honors.
This is a
Ooh,
trilogy.
look at that. Oh, ow.
You
But
know?
let's go with the tenure. Let's go with our tenure here.
I am in a relationship, you might say. 11 years in November. 11
That
years
ain't
next
no,
month.
that ain't no relationship. That's common law marriage.
Right? Okay. She said we've been doing this for a decade, baby.
we on each other's health insurance. We got a little setup going on, little credit unions. I mean,
Blessing.
that's just a lifestyle at this point.
Let's go growing together. Okay.
Everybody got health insurance. Everybody got finances. It's a lifestyle.
So I feel like we should let's dive into dating, shall we? Like back in the day with dating, like now, I would like to also talk about like dating in the 20s versus dating in your 30s as well.
Okay.
Um, I also don't want to feel like I'm hosting and taking advantage of the conversation, but I do want to say, like, do you guys remember like dating in your early 20s? Like, what was like the most like thing that y'all looked for and was worried about, concerned with dating in your 20s?
I feel like the last time I went on a date, I was somewhere like around first, second grade. Like it's been so long, I legit do not remember dating. Redberg, don't give me that face. I don't like. I feel like the last time I went on a date was like college. Was college? That's how I want to go real date. And I don't count a date as come over to my house, sit on the couch, and watch a movie, and then you try to fill me up. That's not a date. You know what I mean? So I don't count those. I don't know. That's just me. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Okay.
Why y'all looking at me crazy?
I'm not looking at you crazy. I'm thinking about how to answer this question.
Yeah, because you know what? I was thinking like I remember vividly in my 20s being so concerned about like, oh, I should, my friends are have a boyfriend, so I guess I should be looking around and try to date and find a boyfriend. But at that point, uh like especially in my early 20s, I was just like, I just want to have fun. Like I just want to do what I came to do and get the D, get a free meal, get the D, and keep it moving. Like that was my concern. That was
Get the D, get a free meal, and keep it moving.
yeah.
That's a mantra. That's a mantra.
Yeah, I wasn't really fixated on trying to get a boyfriend. In turn, like I found myself like being in relationships for long amount of time, and I was like, "You're contradicting yourself. Like, what do you want to do?"
Brandenburg, I feel like you were like this is just me like knowing you like how we met like in our late 20s, right?
Yeah, we did.
Late 20s. So I feel like you were that girl that I would like look at. Like when I was younger, if I would have known you then, I would look at you and be like, man, all the guys want her and she don't even care about her. She'd be like, oh, whatever, been there, done it. Like you just, I feel like you just have this cool persona where a dude trying to holler at you, like it's like, that's okay. I'm good. I'm gonna go watch the basketball game. Bye.
I mean, I think that's why Jillian and I really resonated and like became friends. Because I felt like Jillian and I, because she's from the East Coast, she ain't get no fuck. That's just what it was. And I, yeah, like, look, listen, you're shy, yes, but I'm just saying when dudes, to me, from what I've seen, when dudes that you don't want approach you, you just like, can I help you? What? Yes? Do you need
Uh,
something?
that might be true.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I think okay. I'll say this. First of all, you said dating in our early 20s. For starters, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Um, like I didn't do it. That's between me and my anxiety, but I didn't do it. But I will say that I was much. I think one of the reasons why I didn't do it was I was very hung up on the idea that men had to make the first move, and so I think for me in my early 20s, there were men that I was interested in, but hey Jersey, there were men that I was interested in, but
Hey,
I
Donald.
but I didn't make the first move because I was waiting for them to. Whereas I think that I'm in a different place. But definitely, if I'm not interested, I will just like kind of deflect in the quickness and just be like, "Huh? What? Okay, great."
It's just funny because like, yeah, I was universally dissing dudes left and right, but because I'm just like, I'm with my girls in my 20s. Like that's just what if you paid enough attention and put in enough effort, maybe I'll
Yeah.
take notice. I
I
don't know.
I also will say this, and I think people who know me will find this very hard to believe, but like, I really didn't get hit on often, like as a
Mm,
young woman, like in high school and in college and in my early 20s. Like, I didn't regularly get hit on, I'd say until my late 20s. And it's probably because I started moving differently, but also like, I think majority of my dating I did when I moved to Chicago. So I also like in the beginning did not know how to like maneuver that of like, oh, someone's hitting on me. Oh, I'm awkward. Oh, crap. But also, I'm not interested. Oh, but like, how do I respond to this? It was just so new that I was like, I'm just this is a lot, and I would default to just being like, okay, peace out, good day.
you know what? Oh, real quick. I also would like to say I was a tomboy, and I've been a tomboy for all my damn life. So until like outside of college, you have that ugly duckling syndrome where you just like, who me? I'm the pretty one. I'm pretty to you. I'm shutting these dudes down. Like, bruh, I'm one of yous. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dude just like you. What we
Yeah.
doing? You you trying to smash? Because that's usually that's I'm sorry. Like
Don't
that's
be.
how I feel. Like I'm like, are you trying to hit on me right now? You
Well,
really?
I used to get hit on by the African cab drivers. Like that I don't need that reaction, Brady Bird. That's what it was. Like I was like when I was like younger, I walked everywhere. Like I was a very long time before I started like actually driving everywhere. I walked everywhere. And I'm from Texas. It's hot as hell. So I wore shorts all the time. And I just got hit on by these older African cab drivers
I'm
all the
fat.
time. That was in Texas. That was in Florida. That it wasn't in Chicago, but it was in Texas and Florida. I just got them thighs. You right. I just got hit on by these African cab drivers who thought I was gonna start their whole generational a family or whatever. It's like, no, that's not about to happen. First of all, you know good and goddamn well you about 35 years older than me, and that's not okay. So yeah, I'm
That's
talking about
real.
somebody who really was not used to being hit on by people their own age. No, I was not used to that whatsoever.
I would say,
Whatsoever.
do you have any like crazy like I remember the most aggressive someone hit on me like and threw me. I was at like this clothing event and this man I had just met who like just started talking to me, my friend like came up to me and was like, "I like your face." And I was like, "I like your shoes?" And I walked away. It's like, "What are you saying that?" Like, "I like your face." I'm always like, "Okay, do you want me to thank my mom and dad because they procreated and created this face?" Like, I don't know what to say to that.
I don't understand like the whole like, hey yo ma, excuse me, hey yo ma. If you don't get your hands off of me and squeeze me,
Do
if you
you know what I found the most aggressive? And I think y'all are gonna understand me. So go back to like I feel like this happened in college, so college years. And I, I don't know what the young children do now when they dance in the club, but back then when you danced in the club, you didn't even see the person. You literally just bent down and was shaking your booty all over the front of their jeans and stuff. And you haven't seen this dude's face. You have not even seen his face. And all of a sudden, it's a phone smack dab right in your face with you to put your number right there. And I always felt like that was so aggressive. But if we're like thinking like grown adults right now, we were literally humping our asses on their dicks. What did you expect them to do? That was aggressive.
so
That
like
was aggressive.
yeah, in Chicago we call that juking. We call that juking. And so I just remember going to clubs at in a like right after like right when I graduated high school, this place called Nitro. Um, like in my first second year, I just remember us being pulled from behind to get on somebody's dick, pretty much to juke. And then this was my thing. I was like, I used to feel somebody pull me. I used to put my booty on them, but then I look back. I'm like, let me make sure you are of my standard before I grind on before we grind on each other. You know what I'm saying?
I tweeted about this. The craziest thing that happened to me, I tweeted about this today, speaking of, is I went to this house party and I started dancing with this guy and my hair was in a fro and he had glasses and I turned around to look at him and his glasses got caught in my fro. And I turned around and he's like, "Yo, my glasses." And I reached in my hair. And his glasses were in my fro. And I was like, "I'm so sorry."
You blinded this man.
I was so embarrassed. I think I just walked away. I was like, I can't even. I was just like, "Here are your glasses, sir." I was like, oh my, it was so. I also remember being at a party one time. I danced with this dude. I gave him my number. Later on the night, he came up with me and asked me for my number. And I was like, "Bro, I gave you my number." And he was like, "No, you didn't." And I put my number in his phone and it came up. And I was like, "Keep track of the women whose numbers you're getting." And then I think I deleted it. And I was like, "Delete."
I remember in my 20s like saving dudes phone numbers like I met this guy like his contact like I didn't remember his name, the guy that I met at this club, the dude that has really cute eyes or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I would just text just like that, like, excuse me, who are you again? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Even now, I mean, if we want to get real Chicago, even now it'd be like so and so light skin series, so and so R&B party at House of Blue. Girl, girl, girl.
So
Yeah.
sweet.
Okay.
So and so's friend from the comedy club.
Here's my question. Here's what I want to know from each of us. I want to know the first legit date. And I know mine was like freshman year of high school, like legit date. And it was the date. I remember his name, what he looks like, everything. And it was the told my daddy that I was going to the movies with friends. I was literally meeting this dude at the movies, and it was the first like movie date where we didn't even really talk to each other. We just kept looking at each other. You know what I mean? And he like, and you think it's in the movies, but he did the legit like stretch and
Oh
put
my
the arm
gosh.
over and all of that. And it was like, it was fun. It was cool. A little peck on the lips when it ended. But what was so funny to me, why I remember it so much, is because my daddy came to pick me up, obviously thinking I told him like, I'm going out with friends to the movies. He dropped me off. He picks me up, and me and this guy were outside the movie, like talking, like not filling up each other's booties, not kissing, just standing very close together while talking. My daddy pulls. I said, "Oh, that's my daddy." I've never seen a black man run so fast. Never. This dude wasn't even on the track team. Like, you should get on the track team. I have never seen him run so fast. Just gone, like around the corner. That's my daddy. Gone. Just gone. All the way around the corner. Done. First date over.
First date. Thinking about it now. That is
my
a very good question. Go ahead.
my first date, guys, I'm a late bloomer. We don't have to get into it. My first date was actually like first real date was like after college, but like right after college, and it was a dude that was in this area, and we went to the movies, and he had the wrong times at the movie, so the movie was like hour and a half after,
Oh.
like it was an hour and a half from when we got there. So we like walked out around the mall, and we got food, and then we went to the movie, and then he took me home. But I do remember that he picked me up, and he like came and rang my doorbell, and I like freaked out and like ran out the house because my mother knew him, and I didn't want my mother to know I was on a date with him yet. And so I was like, "You don't have to ring my doorbell." What is it? And he's like, "No, I was gonna come." No, 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 no. And I ran out the house.
Oh my gosh. Um, you know what? And I wouldn't even consider this a first date, but this was technically my first date before I decided to date this man and be with him for like 4 years. Um, it was we were I was a sophomore in high school. No, actually I was a junior in high school. I was a junior in high school, and he invited me to a party. He invited me to a party that was in a barber shop. And so everybody's partying, juking, doing all that stuff. And I was like, but my man, this is a barber shop. Like, why? Like, there are barber chairs like throughout that people are using to chill with their little drinks in their hand. So we were clearly can't hear each other. And he was like, "Do you want to go get something to eat?" I was like, "Yeah, something. Like, can we get the fuck out of here?" Like, I was sweating. We're in a barbershop. There's no real air. I'm just like, my hair is all messed up. Um, but then we go get something to eat, and I don't remember where we went. I think we went to like Sonic or something.
Yes.
We went to Sonic or something, and I told him, I just remember telling him, and I was like, "I eat," and he was like, "That's how I like it, my girls." I was like, "You know what? I like you." Okay.
So the party in the barbershop was, was
First of
canceled
all,
out by the dope ass date at Sonic.
right, exactly. And I don't know if about you guys. Remember going to parties in high school and college where there used to be a boatload of women, like a girls, and I'm just like, where are the dudes at? Like, can we get it? I used to go to parties where there was so many chicks. So I'm just like, yeah, this is cute and all, but Need some peen
I
around
don't
here.
know. Most of the parties that I went to in college actually had a lot of men. Like the one that stands out to me the most, there was this guy that I dated in high school, like on and off, like all through high school. And so I went to college. My first school was Florida A&M. So from Texas all the way to Tallahassee, Florida. And I broke up with him. Like get the hell out of here. You know, I don't want to date you no more. But then he like started like traveling to Florida, like out the blue, just show up in Tallahassee. Like so it was a bad relationship. I told her about this one of my daddy calls fatal. It's a bad relationship from Fatal Attraction. That's just enough to say it was like really, really bad.
Yeah.
That
But he
sounds
would just
scary as hell.
it was not good. But he would just like pop up in Florida every now and again. So it was this one weekend where I thought he wasn't gonna be there. He popped up, but I was like, I don't care. I already had this day planned. I wanted to like meet these frat boys. Like so the Omegas threw a party.
Girl.
You
Listen,
ain't gotta
you're gonna
say
tell
nothing
me
else.
the Omegas.
That's all
I
I
don't
gotta
even.
say. The Omegas threw a
Mwah.
party. They threw a party. And I think I've told you this before. This is like back when all you had to wear to a party was like jeans, like cut the hands, little t-shirt down the middle, let your titties pop, you know, put your Air Forces on, and then you're good. Like that's how I went to all the parties when I was in Florida A&M. And I'm at this party and I'm not nowhere near like old enough to drink. I just turned 18, like freshman year of college. I turned 18 like right before school started. And then the Omegas, what is it called? Like that purple drink, whatever it
So
is.
Omega
Oh,
oil.
Omega
yeah.
It's
oil,
Omega
yes.
oil.
It's the
Trust me,
Omega
I know.
oil. And they're just serving it like just to everybody. So everyone
Hmm.
in there is just gone. I mean, you see folks just like literally the girls are holding them up while they pop their booty on these guys. The guys like holding they dude up while they do this. And I call myself meeting someone that night. I call myself meeting someone.
You were gonna meet a man that
I,
might have been a cute dog, but he was gonna grow up to be an Omega man, and there was nothing wrong with that girl.
I
Listen,
called myself meeting the man that night. Called myself meeting the man. And then after the party, so the liquor's off, all that stuff, we're back in regular times. I wrote my script out to talk to this guy because I'm a freshman in college, remember, and I don't haven't been on that many dates. So I wrote my script out of how I'm going to talk to this guy. The minute you write the script to talk to somebody on the phone, you know it's not meant to be. It's done. It's done. I
I,
think I got to
yeah.
question 8 within the first 5 minutes, and I didn't have but 8 questions to begin with. I
I
was done.
feel like definitely in college I was practicing my questions with my girlfriends for sure. Like how do you ask or inquire about like
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna see this boy on the shuttle. We're both gonna be going to class together, and then I'm gonna say hey, and he's gonna say hey, and then I'm gonna be like, what are you doing this weekend? And he's gonna be like this, and then A, it would never happen, or B, it would happen, and I'd be like, not today. I'm just gonna sit in the seat and give him a head nod.
you gonna do that Homer Simpson right in the
Yeah.
bush.
And I went to school with like my school was like 70% women and like 30% men, so there was just always more women. And because of it, the men, when you think about it, was also a predominantly white school, right? So when you think about the dating pool as is, there was already a shortage of men, and then you like there was a shortage of black men. Um, like the black men there, most of which were athletes. They don't have to do much
Facts. I was just about
to
to
get a
say,
date, and I wasn't out in these streets the way I am now. So I definitely wasn't they wasn't checking for me. Um so I would just be like, one of these days I'm gonna ask out that nerd, and then I never did.
I will say, I feel like when I went to Greek parties in college, I was not expecting to date anybody, but I was expecting to get some numbers. You know
He
what I'm
was like, I'm
saying?
expecting to get my ankle bit at this Q party, okay? Um
Listen, okay.
Have I ever told y'all the football player story?
no, but I want to hear it.
Uh, okay. So again, FAMU, first school. There was this football player. He was beautiful. And I think you guys know this by now. Like I'm tall. I'm 5'11. Brandenburg, you 5'11, 6 feet. Like
I'm almost I'm almost 6 feet, 5'11" and 3/4. Yes.
Okay, I love it. Sometimes I feel like me and Brandenburg the same height, but then we'll get in person. I'll be like, "Is that your hair, or your forehead? Why you slightly taller than me?" You know what I mean? So I'm 5'11". This dude's like 6'4". Like he's
Woo!
gorgeous, and
Woo!
just wide receiver for FAMU, just beautiful. Not gonna use no names,
Nope.
but again, I was just like, oh my goodness, and he would like talk to me and flirt with me, and I was like, this beautiful man thinks I'm attractive, and am I actually going to talk to this guy? It's like was talking back then, we just talking. So we've been talking for a while, blah blah blah, walks around campus, all that stuff. It finally comes the night to do the do. We all know what's gonna happen, roommates not in the dorm, we gonna do the do. This is a bow-legged 6'4" gorgeous wide receiver. I have had sex with one person. I'm just ready to get my back blown out. I think that's what's about to happen. I think that
Man.
everything that I was taught in sitcoms is about to go down. I legit brace myself for impact. Like I am holding on to the headboard. Like I am ready. I am ready. I am mentally and physically prepared for what is about
Oh
to
Lord.
happen.
Oh, we
And
should have said not safe for work this
oh, I'm
episode.
sorry. This is not safe for work. And I will not be sending the link to this show to my daddy afterwards. Like he likes for me to send him links to the show. It's not going to
Not
happen
this
this
one.
time. Not this one. So I'm bracing for impact. It was the most disappointing thing I've ever felt, experienced, had in my entire life. It was short, physically and duration wise. It was horrible. Afterwards, when I say I'm not exaggerating, less than a minute, he's like, he apologized. That's how bad it was. He apologized and then said, "That's not me. That's not me." We laughed. We talked, laid in the bed for like 30 minutes. We're like, okay, it's okay. We're good. Talk about something else. Then we're ready to go. You got it out. Maybe it'd been a while. I know these things now. Maybe it'd been a while. So we go back for round 2, 30, 45 minutes later. It's about to go down.
Hell yeah.
No, the shit lasted probably 2.5 minutes this time, and he was very proud of himself. That's what pissed me the fuck off. The second time was 2.5 minutes, and he was proud of himself. I was like, no one knew I had had sex with him, but the shame lived within me. And like the whole next day at campus, I kept my hoodie on. I didn't want to look at people. I just have never been so disappointed by a beautiful black man.
It doesn't count. If you didn't orgasm, it doesn't count.
I was gonna say it does not count. Why do we feel bad for another person's shortcomings?
It was short.
Hey,
Okay.
I will say this. That's not his fault. He can't do anything about that. I'm just saying. I just don't want this to become a space where we are body shaming. That is
No,
all
we're
I'm
not
saying.
gonna. We're not gonna
I'm
body.
just
We're not
saying.
gonna body
I
shame.
think that
We're not
I
gonna
think
body
that he
shame.
should have came prepared to do other things if that was the
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly.
And
You've
also,
been
it
used
could be.
for a long time.
I was gonna say it could be. AB, you just got that gushy. You know what I'm saying? Like let's
I mean,
let's be frank. Like he could have been like, "I'm ready now." Oh my god, it's so good. he could have did that as well. Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Like real quick. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, Brandenburg. Thank you.
That could very well be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like find his number and forgive him. Be like, it wasn't your fault.
No, I mean I think we've all had bad experiences.
Yeah, I was just gonna say let's continue on with the bad experiences, shall we?
I had a bad experience, and it was bad on multiple levels.
Is this the one that I think?
Yes.
Yay!
I was in a space where I was like, I'm gonna be out in these streets. Like, you know what? I ain't been hoeing for so long. This is my time to hoe. And I went on a date with a gentleman that wasn't that cute, and he was shorter. He was like my height, and I had on heels, so he was shorter than me. Now y'all know I'm like 5'6" on a good day. Like on a good day, on a day where I have my afro.
Mm.
But I wasn't even sweating it because I've been told by people in this very live stream how short dudes is it. So I wasn't even tripping. Okay. So we go on this date. The date itself was
I don't mean
fine.
to
We
side
went to
eye
two
Brandy Burke.
bars. We went to 2 bars and it was fine. The bars were nice. He paid for everything. I think because of our careers and who we are, like in terms of like being women in comedy, I think you meet people who like can't handle it. So I definitely think that he was a gentleman that like couldn't fathom that I did comedy for a living. Like he was just like, I don't understand. Tell me a joke right here. And I was like, I'm not a clown. No. Um,
I do
but
not think you.
essentially,
Right.
we went back to his place and we're walking into his apartment building. And I realized that his apartment building is the same apartment building that the lovely Adrian Brandyberg of this BAPS comedy lives in. So immediately, I'm like, oh my God. I start laughing. He's like, what's so funny? I'm like, nothing. He's like, have you been here before? And I'm like, actually, I have. And I'm like, a friend of mine lives here. Now, men are so fragile. He's
Of
like, "Oh, you've
course.
been with some dude here," and I'm like, "Not even like one of my good friends lives here." Like, bro, chill out. Like, so we go back to his place. Um, I go to the bathroom and I call Adrian Brandyberg and I'm like, "Girl, I'm at this apartment with this man and this thing. If I don't get back to you in a few hours, you know where to find me because
She
he's
out
not
here
murdering me."
whispering. She's
I'm in this
whispering.
apartment.
I'm like, what's going
I'm like, I'm in this apartment. I don't know this man. Y'all, this man had no furniture in his house. And this is a nice apartment building. He had no furniture in his house. All he had was a chair and his bed. He did have a frame, but his closets barely had any clothes in it. I opened the fridge. The fridge had nothing in it, not even condiments. Like it was just like one old carton of food, but like nothing, no water, no milk, no
Did he have an
ketchup.
explanation? Like, did he literally move in there
He
yesterday?
he said that he traveled for business, so he spent most of his time across country. But I just think that this was his house away from his wife, which was not said to me. He said he was single, but he said he only spent weekends in Chicago and then he worked during the week. And he would never watch this in LA. I blocked him on Twitter and Instagram anyway. And it just wasn't an enjoyable experience. So much so that I was
on?
like, I'm leaving. Like I'm leaving. And I left and I went to Adrian Brandyberg's apartment. And then we talked shit for like an hour and a half. By far, the best session we've ever had.
Do you understand how hilarious that was? Like, just on a random ass day, I forgot what day it was, but I
Yeah, it was
got
like, because I didn't prep you. I didn't say, like, hey, I'm
no,
going out
you
on a
didn't.
date. I didn't say anything like that. It was like a random Friday night or Saturday night. I don't even know.
I loved the group me's because I had already moved here when this
Hmm.
happened, and so I'm just seeing like our little group me chat, and I'm just like, she's at my house right now, and I'm like, this shit is hilarious, and I love it,
Yeah. But
and
by
I love
far,
it.
it was just so funny because it was like, what are the odds? And then, like, a little less than a month later, I went to Brandyberg's apartment just to like visit her. She was helping me with a self tape, I think. And I saw him as I was walking in the elevator. He was walking out and he just turned the opposite way and act like he didn't even notice me. And I was like,
I I
you got
want
no
to
one to
know
blame
how
but
the
yourself because
yeah.
you was in my ear in this bar talking real spicy and you couldn't back up none of that seasoning spice that you claimed you had.
I want to know, like, I want to know who he is, and like,
No, you
is
don't.
he
No, you
still in
don't.
my bed? Okay, well, no, I don't.
I do. Next time in Chicago, I want to know. I want to see the room where he lives.
I don't even remember what
Listen,
apartment. We'd have to look up the text messages. I,
right?
I blocked it out of my memory.
Oh my gosh.
I
Listen,
think that
yeah.
I was gonna say that might not be the worst date I went on, but that was definitely the funniest and most disappointing.
Oh, that was hilarious because I was not expecting. First of all, it was late because you guys
Oh, it was
were
like 1 in the
dancing.
morning.
Yeah, because you guys went bar to bar,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, why is Jillian calling?
At 1 a.m.
Okay, is she okay? Because that's my first thought. I'm like, all right, we got to go to recon mode. Let me help her in any way that I can. And she's like, I'm, I might be stopping over. What apartment number are you at again? I'm like, Bitch, what is going on?
And mind you, I had been drinking, so
Oh my god, it was so
and
freaking
I just don't
funny.
want to be murdered. I don't normally do this. I start explaining to her like she's my mom.
I was
I don't
like,
normally do this.
I was like, first off, you do not have to explain anything to me, but other than let me do you need me to hit you up at a certain time, make up an
Mm-hmm.
excuse or something? Like, because at some point, I feel like a lot of girlfriends in general, we have this. I drop a pin. Let me know where you at.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure you good. Let me check in after what of this. Like, let me know what it is because we have to have that checklist because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
historically, guess what? We do not make it out of
Hmm.
these situations. So
And the
I
crazy thing is,
yeah
I have been texting another friend of mine. Like, she knew I said, like, here's the date. I met him on Tinder. Like, here's who I'm going out with. Here's his screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
Here's his phone number. These are the bars that I was at. And then when I got to your apartment building, before I could even send her the address, I was like, yo, Adrian lives here, but like, I'll let you know when I get home if I go home
yeah
or whatever. But
okay.
then, like, if I go home, wow, I had so much hope for that evening.
Okay,
I was also proud of you too because I was just like, let's get it out out out.
I want to hear about the good ones. I feel like we talked about the bad dick, the scary dick,
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
dating.
Let me get my. I didn't get mine in real
Oh
quick,
yes, I'm so
real
sorry.
quick.
I'm
This
not
is
take your time. I want to hear
no,
all of it.
this won't take long because it didn't take long for this man. Listen, um, went on this date. Met this. We met in college. We went in. We went. He's been sweating me. Like I played in the gym all the time, and he's just like, "When you gonna let me take me out?" And then I saw him play ball. He's a football player, and I saw him play ball, and I was like, "Man, I don't know if I can really talk to you anymore because you don't know how to hoop, but also like you're." Oh my god, he was so trash. He was so trash. Um, it was just goofy how football players try to play basketball, another sport that they have no idea. But anyway, I was like, you know what? But you're still fine. So I'm gonna go on a date with you. So he takes me out on dinner, right? And I'm like, ah, you cute, whatever, whatever. We eating our dinner. We go back to his place. He has an apartment. And I'm sitting down on the couch and I was like, can I go to the restroom? He's like, yeah, cool, cool. This is the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. I get back, y'all, and this man is butt ass naked.
No.
I'm not lying.
That don't happen in real life, Brandon
I'm
Bird.
not lying. I'm not lying. He is butt ass naked. And mind you, he has no hair on his body. He
Like,
has
he
no
waxed
hair.
it, shaved it all off.
He has no hair on his
Was he
body.
on the swim team? Was it for work?
Nah.
Was there a
So
purpose?
this is what he told me. He models, which I've seen pictures. I've seen he pictures and it's just easier and it's more convenient just to be hairless. And so this man, I was like, I'm talking about, I'm like, da, 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 and I go, hey, my man, what is you doing? What are you doing? And he was just like, what do you mean? I thought we was feeling the vibe. I was like, and that's where you go to? You jump to being butt ass naked? Like that's
I'm
what we
so
do?
sorry. That just sounds like it only happens in a sitcom. Like that's crazy that happened to you.
I promise you. I like we were talking. We were talking. And I was like, where's the bathroom? Go to the bathroom and he's butt ass naked. And he's standing too. So
That's a good one, Brandon Bird.
uh
That's a good
okay,
one.
that's it. That's all I want to say. That's it.
Okay, we do have to have some good ones though. Like
Hmm.
a good date, a good actual took you out, treated you like the beautiful queens you are, took you out on a good date. Yes, I want to hear the good date.
If you want to know why I'm still single, it's because no one has done that. So if you're watching this, just treat me out like a queen. No, I think.
Mm.
mm,
Why is
I
this
feel
so
like I've had
hard?
nice dates, but nothing that was like above and
Memorable.
beyond, like you took me to eat, or you took me to get a drink, or you took me to brunch, or and then maybe we went to a movie, or maybe we went back to your place, or maybe we went like for a walk, but like nothing where I was like, oh my god, smitten. Like, I mean, I've been smitten by like some things, like someone's told me. Like, I had a really good date one time where like the gentleman was just like, you know, the things that we talked about, I had never talked to anybody about that on a date. So I was like very impressed of being like, oh, you like theater, and you like you know, things like that, of being like, that's nice. But we were just at a bar, so it wasn't fabulous. But I
Um,
will say, just a side note to go what you said, Brandyberg,
yeah.
in terms of like, there's nothing worse than like seeing someone do a bad job at something and being a turn off. That's why I don't date bad comedians, because I'm like, you can't be not funny and take me out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let me see. Like a really good date.
I know
Uh,
that we have all had
no.
good dates.
I've had a couple like really good
Brandy
dates.
Burke said it's where a significant other in the house. Like, look, you might want to put some pressure on him. Put
No,
some
no,
pressure
no, no,
on him.
no,
Say you
no,
ain't
no,
never
no.
been on a good date.
No. I've been on pretty very good dates. But probably like memorable ones is like would have to be when um yeah, but I'm easy to
Brandenburg, tell
please
us
when it
about this
comes.
beautiful, wonderful date. Quit stalling.
Okay, good point. Just I don't know.
I am so upset that struggling so hard
No,
to
because
talk
This
about
is just
good and
proof that
basic
men ain't
dates.
shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I
But
know.
also, I'm not. Change my mind. Change my mind.
What? No. How about AB? You let's go to yours first, and then
Brandenburg,
just
you
so I
need to
can
have
think
like,
about it.
okay, think about it, but you should have to pick out of like 5 to 10 great dates. That's what I want to
You
know.
know, us women been dating for so damn long. Now you want me to pull out the best ones? Come on, this is.
Okay, okay. I did have a very good one, but it's with an asterisk. So I will tell you about the very good date, and then I'll tell you what the asterisk on the very good date
She
means.
blacked out. Okay, all
So
right,
I
got
had
it.
this
All right.
wonderful date. Like I was living in San Marcos. So I transferred to Texas State. So I was living
This
in
bitch
San
out here
Marcos.
going to all the schools. Go ahead.
I
I'm sorry.
I've been to 3 schools.
Okay.
So I transferred to Texas State, and so I'm in San Marcos, and I went on this date with this guy. Like we've like been flirting on campus and all this stuff, and like we'd hang out and all that good stuff. He rolled my first blunt for me, was this very special, nice guy friend. Then he said, I want to take you out on a real date. Like he legit said, I want to take you out on a real date. And that in itself at that point, you know what I mean, was like, oh wow, he want to take me on a date. Like it was beautiful. And so San Marcos is like not that far from San Antonio. So like, I
Okay.
don't know, like 45 minutes or an hour, depending like what part you're going to. He picks me up at my apartment. We drive down to San Antonio. I forget what the tower is called, but it's this really tall building with like the circle in the sky. And it's a nice restaurant and nice bar. And then you can go outside and actually like see the city because you're outside at the top of this building. You see over everything, like those fancy buildings. We did that. We have the nice dinner, the drinks. We even like went on like the little like ride they have where you can like have a little event memory or something. It was beautiful. It was just like this beautiful magical date. Like this old white man tried to holler at me. He's probably like 60 something, and we were just joking about it in the elevator. It was like perfect jokes, perfect time, beautiful night. Drove to another city to have this night on the town, went to a bar. He took me home, no sex, just a nice good night kiss, all that good stuff. It was just this beautiful, beautiful, memorable date with this beautiful, sweet guy.
Ooh, I love that.
Asterisk, I had
Mm.
a boyfriend, so I shouldn't have been on the date in the first place.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting. Oh, I was not expecting that. And I just want to also like put a disclaimer. That was, first of all,
AB.
that's a hell of a date. Come on now. He out here breaking his back trying to please you. Really? Really?
So I have a follow-up question.
Really?
Did he eventually become your man?
No, because we
Okay.
went on like two other dates. I did the right thing and broke up with the
Wait, wait,
person
wait.
that I was
You
with.
did the
I
is
did
this
I did the
the
right thing eventually. You're right. I'm not gonna act like I was a good person. I messed up. I'm a I learned from my mistakes. You know what I mean? But that was definitely like a relationship mistake. But we went on like two more dates. But and he was a very sweet dude. But I just missed. It was like the grass is green on the other side. I missed the person that I had been with before, and so like I didn't date. I never had sex with
Oh,
a
so
dude.
you missed the person you were actually in a
I
relationship
missed the
with.
person that I did dirty.
You
So
missed the
yes,
person you were cheating-ish on.
yes. Like I said, I'm not a perfect person, but I learn from my mistakes.
wow.
I learn.
Okay, I do. Okay, I want to also like make it known. Like I've had so many great dates.
Now you had
I
great
have
days.
so no, I have had so many great dates, and it's just hard to like really pinpoint
I love
a
Jillian's
good
face.
date. I know she's. This is my favorite. No, but now I remember like one of my favorite dates and probably my best date. We went out to eat, and then we went to an Alvin uh, dance
Alvin
company.
Ailey?
Listen,
Oh,
I can.
Oh, yes.
We went to that. We went to one beautiful show, and then he booked a hotel downtown, really fancy hotel. We did a spa, and like it was so cool, and I was just like, yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
feel you.
I love dates that involve like culture. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah,
when you go see
Yeah.
like the symphony, or you go like I feel like a lot of Jamil and I's dates have been around like because he taught me a lot about music. Like I feel like that's the thing that he has taught to me that I've like soaked up from him. We go to like all these symphonies and go to these live shows and just things that like I normally wouldn't have been exposed to. I love dates that involve like upping you in the culture department. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I
good
I
job, good
agree.
job.
You know what's so funny though? As you guys were describing dates, I feel like I have been fortunate enough that like I've had friends take me on like incredible dates. Like especially when my friends come, like it's wild. I'm thinking about like when I used to go visit my friend in Boston, like she would take me to all these places, and my friend who used to live in Miami, she like threw me the nicest birthday dinner, and we like bar hopped at all these cool places in Miami where it was like this is such a great night and we're friends and that's fine, you know what I mean? Even like I think of like I had a Valentine's Day in one of my first Valentine's days in Chicago. My friend came out from Boston, and we had the best day ever. Like we went and did brunch up in the Sears Tower, and it was like all these couples, but it was like us getting fucked up at this brunch. And then we like went around the city. It was like snowing, and then we like went karaoke afterwards. And I was like, this is just great. And like I feel like I'm so fortunate that I have like such amazing friends in my life that will take me out and like treat me like the queen I am. So
Listen,
niggas, y'all better step up.
exactly.
Y'all
That's what
better
I
step
was trying
up.
to say. Most of my beautiful best dates have been with my
What?
girlfriends. The first day I saw you.
Wait, now I want to know who it was, but we can't. That makes it black.
Wait a second.
First of
That's
all,
Wait
amazing.
I
a
am I am glad
second.
that we could. I'm glad that we did this. Like I'm glad that we're a part of your story.
Oh my
Yes.
god, we are
Yes.
part of your
But
But you
some
also got to
story.
people
hit our
like
DMs and let us know who it was.
yes, and was it
Facts.
a good date? Like was it a good date?
Seriously, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Jillian. Most of my favorite dates have been with my girlfriends, where I'm just like, bitch, are we dating? Like, cause it
Mhm.
was just a hell of an experience that we both enjoyed, especially when
Hmm.
when you have nothing to gain. You know what I'm saying? But a
Yeah,
good time. You know
yeah.
what I
Mhm.
mean?
Or like your family. Like me and my sister will go on dates all the time.
Same.
We be at the
Mhm.
drive-in movie theater, just eating Popeyes, watching movies. Like this is love, okay?
Facts. I will pick a brother. I have three younger brothers. I will pick a brother and go hang out with them, and they'd be like, "Are you guys a?" I'm like, this my brother, but we having a good old time. Okay.
Mhm. I will say some of the best dates I've been on with my ex was when he was my ex, right? So like a
Ooh.
guy that I dated back in Florida, then after we'd broken up and we'd gotten through it and we're good friends now, like he took me to see the Giants and Cowboys like home opener. He's a Giants fan. He's from Jersey. And then like yes, Chili.
Jersey.
Yes, and I'm from Texas, so like I love the Cowboys, and it was like when we were still watching football, watching NFL, and like took me to that game. Then he like came down to Texas and like took me ice skating. My black ass had never been ice skating. You know what I mean? Like these are like just fun, joyous, beautiful like dates that I had like after the relationship on that level was over. We were just like wonderful, wonderful, beautiful friends. So I highly, highly agree with you.
There's no pressure. There's no pressure. Like, what'd she say? It was a great date. We always went on great dates, but he has a baby.
Well, I feel like you got the good end of the deal. You got to see a
That's
show,
all that matters.
you
Okay.
know?
You got to see a
Somebody
great
you got to
show.
see a great show.
Mm.
I
So,
love it.
ladies, I'm curious. Since we're wrapping up, and you guys both said you're in relationships, I'm curious as to like what the pandemic has been like, and like if you had to readjust stuff because it's like we in this house together. I love you, but nigga, damn.
It has been an adjustment, and I've never seen so much of my partner as much as we have in this pandemic. And you know what? It definitely like highlighted a lot of things that I didn't know about this man. And I was like, oh word? Oh, okay. But at the same time, I will say it has made us closer because it's just us and that's all
Mhm.
we have, and we have to find a way to make it work because it's just us. And I think we've grown closer because of that. So I love his stanky ass draws and him getting drunk all the time because it's a pandemic because he's
Because it's
working
a
his ass off.
pandemic.
So yeah.
I
What
love
about
it.
you?
So like I said at the beginning, we've been together for quite some time. Like we've lived together for quite some time as well. And
Whew.
so what it showed me, because it's our first pandemic together, was just an appreciation for the man that I chose to spend my life with. Because it really like you're in a pandemic. It's fine to date someone or be with them and then like, who just I need my time away, did it. But what about when you don't have time away? I have never appreciated his humor as much as I have during this time because we never cease to make each other laugh. And I know it sounds cheesy. I know it sounds corny, but it's legit. Like from one comedian to two other comedians, I'm telling you, like the thing that makes this just the most beautiful man in the world is how much I laugh. And as comedians, I think y'all will get this. Sometimes you date someone and you feel like it's on you to entertain. It's on you to like be the life of the relationship. And I've had relationships like that before. I had to be the life of it. And that shit is exhausting. And it just made me appreciate what I have because I'd be damned if I was spending a pandemic with some of these other folks that I've dated before. I'm
Woo.
damned. Damn.
I was just gonna say, Jillian, what have you learned as far as being single in this pandemic, as
I love
well as
Chili's
what
responses.
what do you want to like have you like ventured out into the apps? Like
Yeah,
what's that about?
I like. So I was single. I was single at the start of the pandemic. I was dating, but I was single. And so yeah, like I had just re-downloaded the apps and like gave a bunch of people my number when the pandemic started. And I think it definitely makes you reevaluate like what you're willing to risk it all for.
Mm,
I think for me, I found that like there just really wasn't anyone in my life that I really wanted to risk it all for,
mhm,
and I think like it made me reevaluate a lot of things of like, do I really want to spend my time with this person, like with all that's going on, or like things like that. But then in the same vein, you're like, I'm stuck in this house, like I just need some a release.
Mhm.
but I tried the apps at first, and then I wasn't really feeling it because, like, for me, I took it really seriously, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make this connection with a stranger, and I had no desire to try to make a connection over Zoom for months on end without knowing. So yeah, I kind of kept to myself in Chicago throughout the whole pandemic. Now I'm back in New Jersey, and I'm like in the position where I'm like interested in some people, but I'm like very shy, and I'm like, how do I hop in these DMs? I feel like it's hard to hop in the DMs of people that you actually have like friendships with.
Brady Break, how you hop in the DMs?
Especially when I was single and ready to mingle.
I need help.
If there was something that struck my interest, I made it a point to just so I was never I didn't get hit on, and I had to find that confidence within to be like, why not me? Nigga? Fuck, have you seen me, nigga? Okay, so I just remember going into Facebook, going to DMs like, you cute or whatever, but I literally say you cute or whatever, and they'd be like, but what?
That's
I'd
what
be
you
like,
said.
but are you willing to fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like just real brazen shit. I would do real bold, boastful moves because to me I felt like, okay, if you say no, I ain't never gonna talk to you no more.
Yeah.
Who are you to me?
So I feel like it's easier for me to hop in. I've hopped in the DMs of people who like I don't know well when it's clear that this is the situation. I think where I
It's
struggle is
so
when
much
it's like
easier.
we have a relationship, we're
Yeah.
friends or we're associates, and I can't
Yeah.
gauge if this conversation we're having is flirty or if it's still friendship. And then if I make this move, is it going to become like super awkward now?
Yeah. But I would ask. So
And
that I
sometimes,
would ask.
but sometimes I be feeling like I am visually like I am obviously flirted with you. Like what
You like
what
this,
other
bitch?
hint?
I
Yeah,
am flirting.
how many gifts do I need to send to you?
Sometimes you just gotta be like real goofy because of the Adrians, if y'all don't know, I am the goofy one. I'm not dating is weird to me. I've been in a relationship for a long time. Even before then, I was not a good dater. If I slid into someone's DMs, Jillian, I'd be like, yo, this AB, what's your favorite Disney movie? You know what I mean? Just start
Okay.
the conversation, something, out there. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Y'all aren't helping. Y'all aren't helping.
It's a little helpful. I mean, just
It is helpful.
sometimes step out of your comfort zone. That
I did recently download some apps here. I'm just like I'm just like I'm
also
shy. I can't stop being shy. Okay.
I've never slid into someone's DMs. I don't know how to meet people on the app. If I need a new boyfriend, I get a new job. Y'all know I meet all my folks at work.
And I don't date. I've dated coworkers and I've learned my lesson.
Woo!
I've dated coworkers and I've learned my lesson, whether that's at somewhere I physically work at or whether that's someone in this comedy community. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
It's
That's
a no
one
for
thing.
me. Unless you're Michael
Okay.
B. Jordan, it's a no for me. If you work in this industry with us,
Facts.
Well, it works for 1 out of 3. I'll be that one. There you go. I'll be that one.
but I just like the thing is I've hopped in DMs and I'm never successful. So I just stopped.
So what, dudes? You also have to think about it about guys. Guys have been getting rejected for so long. Okay? And that's all they do. Like if they're so used to being rejected, except for the really pretty ones, which you know what I mean?
This is
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get it. No, I totally get it. And I, being that we're in the, entertainment industry, I've gotten pretty good at rejection. However,
Facts.
the way my self-esteem is set up,
you're too tall for the 5'4" co-star. Thank you.
The way my self-esteem is set up, this pandemic has been very hard on me. I'm not purposely putting myself in the line of fire.
But
Jillian,
listen, yeah.
No,
That's
go
a
ahead,
great. No, I
Brandenburg.
was gonna say that's a great, like, really beginner, like, icebreaker. This pandemic's been really hard on me.
Okay, but you guys are missing the point that these are people that I know. People that I know well, people whose phone numbers I have. Isn't it? Do you just start texting
What?
some man that you know, like, hey, I
Yes.
know we've just been friends, but like, you single? What if you already know their sex?
So if
Yes.
you know they're single, just go into their DMs and be like, "Yo, friend, what's your
Okay, but if
favorite
they're not
Disney
in my
movie?"
DMs, does that mean that we already know for a fact they're not interested? Because they could be in my DMs and they not.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. As a person in the entertainment industry, I can say this with full confidence. Sometimes you get tired of getting rejected. You know, to get money in the entertainment industry, you have to keep putting yourself out there. You know what I mean?
I'm sick of it.
However, however, you don't have to put yourself out there to get love. And sometimes dudes are just tired of getting rejected. So just because he didn't slide in your DMs don't mean he don't want you. It just
It's
means
not that.
let me go to church. Let me do an online self-confidence seminar before I slide in your DMs.
I'm just kind of exhausted. Almost across the board, all the men that I've dated, it's always been me having to hop in their DMs, having to make the moves, having to be forward, and I'm just tired. I'm just tired. So I think it's unfair to say that I haven't had success because I feel like with all the dudes I've dated, it's literally been me, and that is tiring. But I'm gonna hop in these niggas' DMs, okay? I'm gonna be
I
like,
mean, that's what you
I'm
got
gonna
to
I'm gonna
do.
put I'm gonna put a snowflake so that they know, like
Like fucking Swati and
Quavo and Sweet.
Quavo.
I'm gonna put
Uh,
a snowflake so they can be like, you a icy girl, I'm a glacier boy.
wait,
Okay,
have you seen?
drop
Have
a
you seen?
snowflake if you
Oh,
are a man watching this and you are interested in me. Drop a snowflake in my text
y'all
message in my
heard her. Let's
DMs
go. Let's be bold with
Drop
and
it.
a
let's start this love
snowflake.
story. If
Drop
you,
a
Drop a
snowflake.
I know I
snowflake on
initially
her
said I was
DMs.
only with the tri-state area. However,
Let me
if
expand
you
my
were
boundaries.
if you were willing to travel, we can make it work because I like to travel.
If he willing to travel, not you.
Listen,
You not willing
listen.
to
Drop a
travel.
snowflake. Drop a snowflake in her DMs. Drop a snowflake in Bab's DMs so we can
Yes,
pass it over to her. Drop a
yes.
drop a snowflake in our comments. Okay, like and subscribe to our BAPS YouTube page and Facebook, and drop a snowflake
Drop
on
a
the
snowflake.
comments as well. Okay, so we know that you heard her. Okay,
Drop
so
a
we can get
snowflake.
her to you.
And if you nervous and you want to drop a snowflake in me or Brandyberg's DM, we'll just send you over to Jillian. You know what
Drop
I mean? We
these
gonna give your
snowflakes.
snowflake to Jillian. So
Drop
you
And
these
know your
snowflakes.
snowflake is there.
and I'm gonna say this in advance. If you drop me a snowflake and
But first, we're gonna look at it though. We're gonna look
yeah,
at who you
yeah,
are.
just bear with me if you drop me a snowflake and I don't respond right away. It might
That
just be
means she doesn't
because
approve. Okay.
no, don't say that. That's gonna turn them away.
Oh,
Just drop me a
oh,
snowflake.
Just
You
drop
never
a
know.
snowflake.
just drop a
I know.
snowflake.
You
This is
never know.
sexy ass, Jersey Tim stepping, Jersey repping ass. Hey,
Hey,
drop them snowflakes.
Inglewood.
Oh my gosh.
I think that we've been very successful. We're at the end of the show, and I think that the greatest thing we accomplished was Jillian gonna get a fuckload of snowflakes after this.
Snowflakes.
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 Yeah, and we do have an announcement before we go.
Oh,
Oh
we
yes,
do.
I
We
do.
do.
So we've been doing BAPS Comedy Live, and this is episode 8. And as you know, for new shows that come out, they usually get 8 to 10 episodes. Yeah! So our next show, which will be like, I don't even know the date, but we can
2
November
weeks from now.
4th.
2
November
weeks.
4th.
Yeah.
Yes. That will be the last episode of season 1 of BAPS Comedy Live.
Yeah. And hopefully by then we'll know if we're gonna stay free black people.
I mean, November 4th. So literally, our show falls on the day after Judgment Day.
Yeah.
No.
But it'll be our season finale. Tell a friend. We've been having so much fun, but it's time.
Season one. It's been fun. We're gonna take our break, feel good about it. Hopefully, give you guys some more content in between of little bits and pieces of beautiful shows you may have missed. But I'm excited. It's gonna be a great season finale.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
excited. It's going to be our D-Day. I like to call it.
I'm hopeful that by then I'll have some snowflakes in my DMs.
We're gonna
Oh,
have
you're
all the snowflakes.
first of all, you need to speak it into existence. You're going to
Hmm
have all of the
I'm
snowflakes.
gonna have a
Okay?
rotation of snowflakes. Okay, it's gonna be winter around here.
Let's
Ooh,
go.
just in time for cuffing season.
Okay.
Yes, winter is coming. That's what she said.
Winter is
I
coming.
did. Winter is coming in my
And
DMs.
there's not one snowflake is like the other. No two snowflakes are alike.
That is so true.
Ooh, I see
No
That
what
is
you
two.
did there.
100% fact.
I see what you did there.
Hey, that's what I know about
And you know
snowflakes.
what? I want to catch them all.
uh, okay.
Stick your tongue out. See what
Let's
falls.
go, Pokemon.
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh man.
Guys, we
I
had
saw
such
my
a
uncle
great
like this. I
show.
hope he's still not watching.
We said by the time we got to the middle of this episode, we said it's not safe for work.
Listen, I said it was gonna be saucy. It was gonna be wild. We did not disappoint. Like it was. This was amazing. I
It's
had
a
a good
great
time.
show. Great show. Ladies, I love you.
Love you.
Yes. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for absolutely everything. We're excited for the final episode of the season on November 4th. Hopefully you go back on YouTube or Facebook and rewatch this episode, figure out what you can do to make Jillian answer to your snowflake in particular. Pick up those context clues.
And also, go ahead.
Nothing.
I was gonna say, also like drop some suggestions and comments to this wonderful funny ass show. Like if you have a really bad date that you want to share with us, like we can definitely make a video and post it on our YouTube as well to respond to these comments that we get after this live. So yeah, keep it
Nevada,
going.
if you still watch it, hop into our DMs. We gotta talk, girl.
Hey.
And don't forget to go make your sexy single sex on the beach. Yeah.
Sexy single sunrise.
Hey.
But you can
She's
have
drunk.
it'll get you into a place where you having sex on
Sex
the
on the
beach.
beach. There you go. I was thinking ahead. All right, ladies, I love you. We feel good about it.
Hell yeah.
Yes, always.
Feel good about it. All right, beautiful people. Thank y'all so much. Love you. Bye.
My hair texture is all over the place. Everything. Stacking